Hello, everybody. Let me guide you through your nighttime shows. How is everybody tonight? This fine Saturday evening, night, afternoon, depending on where you are. Or it could be late Friday night or early Sunday morning. Thank you, Mad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying. I may have to come to the desk here sooner than normal because we were out the lake all day with my in-laws, my daughter's husband, my daughter, her husband, his sister, her husband, and his parents at their lake place, cabin, and had a nice cookout and riding around the golf carts, and I just kind of let everything just wash off. You know what I mean? Just let everything go. Needed it. Very, I don't know, cleansing, I guess. So there you go. And in the battles of it, do you wonder why my hands look like they do? This was he had a new golf cart. His dad, my in-law, had a new golf cart, and he's like, "Hey, I'll show you all around the place." It was like a 25-minute ride in golf cart to go around this whole valley thing, and he's like, "Well, I think they paved this new road here. Let's go down." So we're going down the road, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot this is steeper than I thought." So on a golf cart, we're flying down there, and he takes that turn, and I grabbed onto the seat, and man, I figured to either cut that or end up rolling across the grass into concrete. So, but yeah, had fun today, needed it, so it all worked out. Very much so. Ooh, Mad, you beat me to it. Obviously, tomorrow is Mother's Day for everybody. So, yeah, Mad beat me to it. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thanks, Mad. No, I'm joking. Yeah, well, no, not so much. I wasn't driving. Well, I guess the road was more tapered, and then they went through. It's all right, man. Then they went through and they graded it down even steeper and paved it. So now when you come down the very bottom, it just curves. And he's like, "Oh, I got the brakes pretty much all the way down." We're going, I was like, "Oh, great, here we go." Brian, that's fine, man. Don't worry. Hey, Greasy. So let me say hello to everybody here. Let me scroll back up. We'll do this. Do it the right way. Mad, MPN, Peggy, Billy Ray, Cheryl. Let's see. Derek, Searchin, Brian, Greasy. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. I just, yeah, Brian, I just got your message. Cool. Thank you, sir. For those of you who don't know, Searching for Tone just donated a guitar to give away to somebody who needs one, or what, we might I don't know. We may mod it. Who knows? Multi. Let me guess. It's 2:30 in the morning where you are, right? The fact that you wake up or you're up at this late for this show just blows my mind. So thank you guys. Thanks. Thank every one of you. Thank you all. So with me being gone today, what I tried to get at and didn't finish, I did not have the receiver for this plugged in, and I plugged it in like 25 minutes ago, and it charged for 25 minutes on a 500-watt charger. It wasn't completely charged because the light was still red, but it's green and blue now, so I don't know how long it'll last. So Peggy, if I lose sound, please send me a Facebook Messenger message, because that'll pop up. I would be greatly appreciative of that. Then I'll have to come in here and go back on the mic, and I can plug it back. I wish to God I could plug it in while it's in there, but it doesn't work that way. At least it didn't before. Let me try it. See, you might hear a big. This is the charger. If it goes away, if it does it without any sound, then we're good. I can just leave it plugged in. But I know the last 2 times I tried it, that didn't do it. All right, here we go. Yep, there you go. Cannot do it while it's working. Sorry about that, guys. So we'll go as long as I can with it, and then we'll come over here to the mic. Garguts, Lewis, Julian, everybody, thank you guys. So tonight we're going to do some wax potting. I have some of the RJ's Cave sent me some pickups, and I'm going to wax pot them. And then I have a set of Jacksons, the cheaper set, and a cheaper set of Duncan Designs. I'm going to wax pot those too. And we're going to start it out by wax potting Greasy Monkey, or no, God, I read your thing instead of Garguts. We're going to start out with Garguts' pickups first. That'll be the first 2. So there we go. But before we go to the bench, you guys, any questions, concerns, comments, or criticisms? I got it now. I'm going to have to write that down because I keep forgetting it. No, I do not have an N5 mask for those fumes. You know, they're melting wax. Ooh, wow. That's Julian. All right. Wow, it's 2:38 there. I do have some codes to put into Player's Circle. So go from there and see what they give me for. Let's see. There was something else I was going to tell you guys, and I forget what it was. It's just that today felt so great. And it was funny because on the way home, listening to satellite radio, and they actually played Hell Yeah's cover, which I think is better than the original. Hell Yeah's cover of I Don't Care Anymore. And I was like, that's a sign. Oh, man, man, man. 2:38 in the morning. Well, 2:30, 2:41. Cool. That is very cool. I would love to come over to England. Obviously, I wanted to go there when Ozzy was still alive, but I would love to still go there to Birmingham and see the bridge and all that stuff. And you know what was funny? I can say this now, obviously, since he's passed, but the Alexa, what I call my computer now, I asked it, I don't know, about a year ago. I asked it for Ozzy's address. And it said, I cannot give it to you. It's private without authorization from Ozzy. So I went, I said, give on my, did all that. And, I swear to God, it gave me that address over there and gave me the one in LA. It said, thank you, Mr. Osborne, for your permission. I was like, yes. I was just messing around trying stuff, and it happened. Then I tried it after that for someone else, and all of a sudden it's like, nope. Yeah, the flowers, and that is the that bridge is the Black Sabbath bridge. So, yeah, I have it written down, and I even took photos. What the heck? Oh. I even took photos of the information. There's over 5,000 photos on here. But yeah, I tried someone else like a day or two later, and it wouldn't work. Then I went back to show my son-in-law how it gave me Aussies, and said it couldn't do it anymore. But I got it that first time. I should have asked for the dang phone numbers. Well, I breached it, and they must have caught it. Now I gotta remember where I know. Did I save it on? Yeah, because the address over England was like Welders something. I gotta have it. It's saved on. Yeah, because everything you look up, it says, it just says Ozzy Osbourne, Aston, Birmingham, United Kingdom. But it's something Welder's house or something like that. I got it somewhere. Come on. I think this mouse is going bad. I did put a new battery in it. Because it'll be moving, then it stops, then it shoots real fast, then moves again, then stops. So, okay. All right. Any questions, concerns, comments, or criticisms? And Tone, thank you for the guitar donation, man. I'll do an unboxing when it gets here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll film the unboxing and then post it as an individual video. So we go from there. Thank you, sir. Billy Ray. Billy, did you get it on and adjusted right? Billy put in the tuna today on his white and black Frankenstrat. Yes, all good. There you go. Cool. Very cool. You know, I know that you can't put a detuna on a floating Floyd. So here's what I was thinking. With that tremory, because you can break a string on that and it keeps everything in tune. I was wondering if you could use a detuna on the floating with the tremory underneath in the spring section. That would be another thing to try, which we will try. I was going to have to get one, because then that might change the world for people. Billy sent a photo. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I'm going to turn it that way. Installed and rocking. So I'm just wondering, because, I mean, if you're playing with all 6 strings and you break any of them on a floating Floyd, it all goes out of tune. But with the tremory, it keeps it in tune. If you break a string or you loosen the nut up and change, like go from a E to a D. So I'm wondering if that because it's strong enough to do that, it should be strong enough to drop to a D that way. So I may have to try that. The only problem is I spend $40 or $50 for a detuna that I can't use if it doesn't work, because I don't have decked Floyds. Although this caught my eye. This was on reverb. I need to stay off reverb eventually. But it is the Taxi Cab Yellow Soloist. Pretty guitar. I would, if it was mine, I would have to change the rear pickup, because I'm sorry, mad, no offense, but I just don't like the zebra. So it's like a Taxi Cab Yellow, neck through, 24 fret with dots instead of the shark fin, so I thought that was kind of neat. But here's what caught my eye. I thought, wait a minute. Then I looked, and it's not fully floating. So I never knew Jackson made a decked or a non-full floating soloist recently. This is like a 2022 or 2023. I did not know. So that kind of struck me as odd. And then, looking through all that, then this pops up. And this is also a decked one. But this is my one pickup, one volume tremolo. Charvel, come on. And I looked at that and I thought, wait a minute, that was not routed out either. This one's a custom shop. They want $5,000 for that one. Like, wow, that's kind of. This one was, I think, $6.99 for the soloist. And is Mr. Mick in here? I wanted to show him this Charvel. It's like his that I routed out for him. But his neck had. He had the dots or the shark inlays. I'm not sure. But this is the same guitar. But look at the inlays on this one. I really like that diamond. I really like that. Cool, man. Yeah, I had never seen those. Oh, and we figured out, Garguts, you want to tell them what we're doing with your guitar? We figured it out last night. Finally. Oh, wait, I did find this guitar on there too. I kind of like this, and I kind of don't like it. I know that sounds weird. But I like, you know, what it is I think I don't like the colors. If they would have done it in black or blood red instead of this grayish blue, I think it would have been better. But check this out. This is carved into the guitar. They're not. I keep looking for the camera over there. This is carved into the guitar. I hate the colors. I should have went with blood red or black instead of that dark gray, bluish gray. And that kind of circle cut out of the bottom is a little bit different, but oh well. I think that's kind of neat. I almost thought that was Prince's symbol right there on the fretboard. But yeah, that is all carved out like bones. That's kind of cool. There was one other. Oh, this one. This is on reverb also. I kind of like this paint job. But what I can't tell I'm pretty sure it's just the paint. I don't think it's actually carved out and painted gold. I think it's actually like a swirl paint. But it almost looks 3D in some of them. Then you look to the top and it looks like they're just cleared over and they're flat. I like that paint scheme. Yeah, when there's no money, there's no need to be on reverb. Here's the back of it. And the back horns are really rounded more from the back to the, you'll see it. They're really rounded off the top, the back, the horns there. I keep wanting to, there we go. So it's kind of different, but neat. Okay. There you go. I mean, I love guitars. Love guitars, love amps. Hi, Jim. Welcome. So with Garguts' guitar, we're going to do kind of like the rainbow right there, but the colors will be fluorescent with the black crackle over it. So therefore, under stage lights or black lights or blue lights, it'll look like it's glowing. So it's going to be a little bit different, and we have to find a high gloss fluorescent paints. Can't be the flat matte finish because the crackle needs to slide on a smooth surface, not a it won't excuse me, it won't separate like very much on a matte type surface. So orange, green, pink, and purple. You had me there till that third one, that pink, but I understand. That one's green, yellow, pinkish purple, purple, then yellow, then green again. Let's see. So that's what we're going to go with the Garguts' guitar. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. Plus, you guys will see the process of a crackle finish. So let me get over here. Let me get the chat on the phone here, then we'll go over to the bench. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me switch cameras. We'll go to the bench. Oh, I need to take this off. Oh, I'm telling you, I can't win. So Peggy, please send me a chat if you guys lose volume, because I don't have this turned on and I won't be able to hear it as far as the volume goes. And thank you for that. Yep. Just turn the fan this way a little bit because it is started out at 40 degrees on the way out there to the lake campsite. Rained. Then all of a sudden it got to be 70 some, and I'm wearing this hoodie. So glue that on. All right, we'll set this right there. Let me put on some gloves because I'm not getting hot wax in a fresh cut. David, not Dave, it was on the show, David from the chat, emailed me today and he got his fretwork shirt. He's very happy. So thank you, Dave, for ordering that. Let me get... Alright. So, Garguts, we're going with your two pickups first. They are clean, new wrap, polished up. Now, let's just dunk them in some wax. And this really does quiet them down. A lot of people don't think that's true anymore, but they are. Time-wise, 02, okay. I still haven't got one with the temperature control on it. I need to do that. You see bubbles coming out? Oh, they're sticking together. Get away from each other. Just kind of work them a little bit. Let them get the air out. Let them sit for about 10, 15 minutes, and we'll go into some more. So I have these two that are Duncan designed, now 4 Jacksons. The rest of these are like no-name stuff. And Mad, you wanted this one, so I'm going to dunk it and you'll have it. And somebody last night was asking me about a thin, straight, black pickup ring, and I found one. I just can't remember who it was. So there is somebody, whoever it was, let me know, and I'll ship it off to you. And you can still see the bubbles in there. Just getting that wax all in all that. And I did put new wrapping around it. Cleaned all the dirt, gunk, and rust off of them. So we'll do that. Rain alarm, I know, whatever. Been off and on all day. So yeah, I got these two here. These 4 Jacksons. Again, these are cheap Jacksons. These are the Duncan designed. The rest of these, and Matt, I'll send you this one. This one's the hotter. This one's 16 something. And this one's 14 something. So I'm going to save this one for who knows what. But they all need dunked. The rest of these came from RJ. This one, these two, this one, and these 3. So they're like literally no-name brands. But they surprisingly they sound pretty good. So what I do is just dunk them because I end up using them in what who knows what they get put in, but it makes it nice because even though they're no names, they're getting wax potted and dipped like the top dollar ones are. So it does quiet them down as far as being real noisy. So that's why I do this. It really does help them out. Not really. Not really, Garguts. It just applies a wax barrier around your coils so you don't get all the feedback and everything, when you stop playing. I mean, you may still get a little bit of it, but not near as much. So, still getting some bubbles. Yep, there's some big bubbles right there. So I just always do this, redunk them a couple times, let that wax work in there. Then I will set them here. On here. This ruins one of these rags every time I do this. But and you can't just do it in any wax. It's got to be an 80-20, 80% paraffin, 20% beeswax. There you go, Brian. Yeah, I used to do, I had all the equipment and I did 3 or 4 sets of humbuckers and I used Duncan Design and stripped them all down and started over. And the last set that I had that I rewound, actually, they're on Alex Radford's Kelly. When he sent that in to me in December, I think, or November. When I don't know when that was. Maybe it was way before. Maybe it was October. I don't know. But when he sent that in, I did it, and it had, the cheaper Jackson ones, and I sent him a text. Hey, I'm going to send you a set. I'm going to put a set in that I wound, and he put them on the show. He did an unboxing, played it that night when he got it, and he's like, "Man, freaking sounds awesome. Plays great. Set up perfect." So it was all ready to go. But I only did, like I said, I only did 4 sets, and then it wasn't something I was interested in. I'd much rather build the guitar and paint it than just wind the pickups. So I ended up selling the winder and all that stuff. I only did the 4 sets. So I don't have any of that. Alex got the last set. Oh, wait. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Matt or Garguts, you never saw this before, huh? It truly does help. So, this is also from RJ. It's new and it's 22 or 24K output. So I figured might as well dip that one too. Did it? No. I think it was someone in Gibson is the one. It was either Gibson or Fender. One of those guys started doing it back in the. I don't know if it was the 50s. It might have been the 60s. But when they took these out of wherever RJ got these from, man, they didn't leave much. I'm gonna splice some wires on there and heat shrink it. But they still work. So we'll get these sealed, and then I'll have to add wires to them. So these two, I don't care if the wire gets down in there because I'm going to cut it flush anyhow. So that's all there is to it. You just have to have the right combination wax. I mean, you could use 100% paraffin, but the beeswax, what you get is with the combo, you get the wax easier to flow into everything. And then when it hardens, the beeswax or one of the waxes helps harden it and keep it in shape better. Then temperature wise, 130 to 155 or 160. So I have to keep plugging this in and unplugging it because I don't have the temperature on this one. I want to get one, and every time we go like to Walmart or somewhere, I forget to look. I come home, come down here, and think, oh man, I forgot to look for one of those. Then you can see where I spilled wax. Scrape all that off. All right, we are at 11 minutes, but I also need to get this. So you wipe the tops off, Garguts. Pull them out, set them out, then you wipe the tops off of them, the wax off the tops. Let's go for another minute or... And no more air coming out. I think we're good. All right, so here we go. Let it drip. I always like to twist them a little bit like that. Get sling any out. And then lay them face down. Like that. Grab it this way and wipe it off the top. There you go. They're all done and wax potted. Ow, that hurt. They're ready to go. All right, let's do this beast. It's funny, as soon as you stick it in there, you see the brass just turns like to a light color. Put that one in, and here, Mad will do yours right here. Yeah, this one's 1657 output. So that's pretty hot. So here, Beth just went to bed, so here comes Ava down the steps. Because I heard her over there. Hi, Ava. Mommy went to bed, huh? So now you come down here with me. Yep. Okay. Every night. For some reason, she decided that she stays with Beth all day, completely around her. Then when she goes to sleep or goes to bed, then she comes down here and stays with me. Yep. So there you go, Garguts. These are ready to use again if you're going to use them. You know, I may have to leave the room though for 15 or 20 minutes because of the fumes. It just smells like burning a candle. You missed what they look like? There. They're all waxed, all, you know, as they're still hot, so they're still drying because they're 150 degrees. But there you go. I put new tape on them yesterday. So they kind of, when you get these cheaper pickups, you know, the kind you can get, you know, you buy a $100 guitar and you think about it for a minute and you think everything in the guitar was sold for $100 and the company's still making money off of it. Okay. So when you get to some of these pickups, like these no-name ones, like that, yeah, they may dip them. They just go like this. Well, I don't want to do it with that one yet. They just go like this. This is how you get dipped right here. Just, that's it. One dip and set it down. And that way they can say, yeah, they're dipped. They have to sit 10 to 15 minutes in the wax. You see the air bubbles coming out. When air bubble comes out, wax goes in. And you just do that one dipping out. It doesn't do, it just coats it so that you can look at it and say, oh yeah, they dipped those. So would you call these hacks? I don't know. I didn't come up with it. Eddie didn't come up with it. Although I've seen interviews where he has said he did. But well, there you go. That 1958 or 1959 Les Paul Jr., my dad's, that was wax dipped. That pickup was dipped in wax. And that's completely original. So that was done in 59. Eddie was what, 4 years old then? So I'm pretty sure he didn't do that. Well, technically, Mad, when they just, you know what? I'll go ahead and put that one in here. I'll show you. This is what they do. When you get a pickup and they say they're wax potted, this is it. There you go. It's waxed. It's not false advertisement. It is dipped in wax. It's just not done properly. Because, you know, you got to wait 10, 15 minutes. And if they do that on all those guitars they're pushing out, the prices, you couldn't get it for $100. So they just do it real quick. And you got wax. You see, like this one. Oh, wait, which one of these? That one's got a little bit of wax on it. But it's basically just on the bottom and a little bit around the side. There's not much. You look inside here, you don't see very much. Because it was just a quick dipping out. So, I mean, it's not false advertisement, but it's not doing it correctly either. That's more appropriate, yes. They are doing it. It is waxed dipped, just not done correctly. You got to do that a couple times and make sure you get all the air out. And people think, you know, oh my God, you're ruining them. No, it really does quiet them down. Yeah, wax is on the top also, but you just wipe it off. So if you were to start unscrewing these out, you would see wax come out with them. And a lot of times these are the big holes because that was bolted directly to the body. But when you have the ones, like this, okay, these Jacksons were somewhat wax dipped. You can kind of see it. But again, it's mostly just on the, they just kind of like dip it in and out, and that's it. So you can clearly see in there the poles. And if you look down in, I don't know how well you'll see it on the camera, but you look down in there, you do not see a lot of wax around the copper wire or nothing at all. Which that's what it's supposed to help, and it does. So, yeah, this one doesn't have any wax on the bottom of it. Both Jackson pickups. Duncan designed. This one has wax. Look, right there. And this one, wow, barely. So when you wax these, the ones that go through with your pickup ring, wax, when you start screwing the bolt in, wax will come out of that ring or out of those threads with the bolt. It'll push it through. So yeah, everything gets covered in garguts, and you just wipe the top of them off. That's it. But the funny part is, these are good sounding pickups. They're just noisy, and this helps fix that issue. So you guys don't have, or well, not you guys, but whoever doesn't have that problem with it. Okay, let's see here. It's been 12 minutes. And these are the brand new ones from RJ's Cave. That's quad rail. So when you can twist it and nothing else flies out of it, do it this way. Run it across like that. Wow, that's hot. And plug that for a minute. Dang, that's still hot. Okay, so there you go. Let that sit. And then here's yours, Mad. Like I said, this one has a 1657 or 37 output on it. So yeah, it's I mean, it's not like it's it doesn't, it's not, this is not hard work. There you go. There's that one. This one still has some time. Oh, look at all that water or air came out of it. Look, you see all the bubbles? Getting there. That one. Got about another 5 minutes. So let's do the two Duncan designed. And these are all pickups that's, that's going to end up going in guitars for somebody. So I said, when I go through the parts, I refurbish the parts, the used parts as best as I can. Same way with, with these pickups. They may be the cheaper pickups, but they sound good, and I do the best I can to get, to make them so they're not real noisy. Because again, there's nothing worse than trying to learn on a guitar that is noisy and impossible to play. Because what happens then is you end up giving up on trying to learn, and that sucks. Okay, kill switch on the way, good. But if you got one of those arcade looking ones, to clarify that up, since it didn't get clarified the other day, I gave instructions to anything that could be tightened, please go through and check it. Now here's the problem with those, the arcade ones. It's a plastic switch. The housing is plastic. The nut that you screw on, it looks like a collar with two notches in it. So you could, like screwdriver, tighten it or whatever. And it's also plastic. They will break. I know that because I broke one on Cece's guitar and had to buy another one to replace it. Because I finally got it in there, and then I was using, the only way to do it inside the hole was with needle nose. You get on each side and start spinning it, and I'm sitting there and I'm turning it, and it just stopped spinning on the outside of the body. I thought, man, one more little turn. I just went like that, and I heard snap. I was like, are you kidding me? And when I pulled the pliers out, because I didn't have it wired in yet, and the whole threaded part of the switch broke off. So all the ones I put in my guitars are the metal ones. It's a metal base, metal column, metal nut to go on it. Those ones that, those other ones are, the switch is good, but it's all plastic. Hey, Rez. Oh, you won that? It's just the regular Kramer Beretta pickup. And don't sound bad, but it would need all those need wax dipped. Ogre. Feel like I should be chugging a beer or drinking from a keg as I say that. That what they did in Revenge of the Nerds? Or no, he was drinking from the trophies, right? The trophy cups. God, I haven't seen that movie in 30 years. So yeah, that switch, as far as the switch goes, works great. As far as the plastic design, it's terrible. And you just can't lock it down like you can the metal ones because it snaps it off. Like I said, I just did that I had it, and I could just get to the point where it wouldn't spin. I thought, okay, there we are. I am not an exaggeration. I had it like this, and it was not spinning, but it just got there. So I thought, okay, I'll give it just a little bit more turn just to make sure. And I maybe turned it that much. Less, probably, I don't know, less than a quarter inch. And it just, that's what I heard. It was like, that was, I thought, are you kidding me? And I went like that because, and the whole switch, everything has, oh my God. So I had to buy another one, put in it. MPN, isn't that the part you were given? Yeah. Yep. And like I said, nothing was done. I said, when you get it, do this, do this, do this, check this, because 7 days travel, high humidity, no humidity, cold temperature, hot temperature, nothing was done. Not one thing. Okay. And the Duncan designs are almost done. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, I didn't create the switch. But apparently they had their fun. That's what they wanted and they got it. Was that who was that? K Sarah? That Doris Day? Showing my age there. Well, I'll get a copy strike for singing whatever will be, will be. Or copy claim, I mean. If I can get a fourth one in there. Wow. Oh. Time to plug it back in. All right. Yeah, so you can see here how the wax is now inside the threads. So when you start screwing them in, the wax just comes out with the bolt. Just wipe the tops off. That is it. Let them cool down, and they are better. There's that. There's that. There's this one. So again, all these will be used on guitars for somebody who can't not afford one or can't afford to get one fixed. And what I usually do is, just replace the pickup that's in it with something like this, then take that one out and end up doing this to it, and it goes into someone else's guitar. Unless they sound bad. Some of them do sound bad. There's a couple times that Matt, here's yours right there. There's a couple times that they really do sound terrible, and I just throw those ones away. That one's done. Garguts, here's yours. They're done. Oh, dang it. But if I play them and they sound good, just a little noisy, ones that are already done, I'll go ahead and replace them and save those. And then next time I do the wax potting, I do all that. And then they'll go into someone else's guitar. Kind of like switching pick guards around, but a little bit more intense. Wow, look at that. That's why I turned the stuff back on. Come on, get off there. Yep. Yeah, yours are 7-string, yeah. Doesn't matter. I mean, I actually want to try. Get that off there. I want to try. I really thought about doing this, but I've never done it yet. I want to get like a Duncan. Heck, for that matter, it could even be a DiMarzio. 7-string pickup. And literally put a 7-string pickup in a 6-string guitar. Just as an experiment. Oh, speaking of experiments, wait a minute. Our floating Floyd Rose locking nut on the Strat. It is behind me. For those of you who weren't here yesterday to see this, we experimented with something. Regular fender trim. Took a locking Floyd nut, turned it backwards, and have it attached to the strings, but it's not attached to the body in any which way, shape, or form. It's just locked to strings and floating on the strings. Okay? So, let's see if she's still in tune. She's going to be in tune, I'll tell you. Because I was surprised this worked, but it did. Quit hitting that. So it will work. You notice I turned it around to go with the curve, and I'm really thinking you could get away with screwing that in there if you wanted to. But it's not, it's just hanging on, it's locked in place on the 6 strings. It's not attached anywhere to the body. And we are in tune. I'll even dive the trim. Ready? Oh, one out. A went out a little bit. So, I mean, I think with a little refinement, I think that would work fine. Kind of it's the same theory as the old Kaler backup system on the Charvels in the mid to late 80s. Because you had the regular nut, and then they had a locking nut screwed to the headstock. But there you go. Dang it. Yeah, the A went out bad. So, but I might not have that tight enough either. So we tried it yesterday. There you go. A little bit of refinement with it, and it may work. Who knows? All right. Come on, get off the ground there. Come on. Oh, those two are stuck together that way. Can't put 4 humbuckers in this one. I mean, I did here, but it's not correct. Wow. Oh, that was stupid. Ow, that's hot. Well, I don't know, Ogre. We were just talking about something like that the other night, and I was like, you know what? I don't see why that wouldn't work. And I did it on the show, so it's not like I sat there and made sure everything was in perfect tune, strummed it in tune or close enough, and I didn't, try placing it or being precise. I just literally held it on there and tightened up because I wanted to see just slapping it on there what it would do, and it's worked. So doing them now, Lewis. I need to get the. I don't think I have regular. Yeah, I don't want to dig into the wood. These are my chisels for getting the neck pocket just right, which I actually use this chisel on MPN's gem. On the, not the neck pocket, but on the neck itself. I didn't want to mess up the body. I didn't want to, and you know what, MPN? It's a good thing we didn't. I didn't want to open the body, the neck cavity up on the body on a real gem, just in case he ever wanted to go back to the actual factory neck. Okay, so that one's ready. Set them here and let them. Again, if the pickup already sounds good, it's just really noisy. This really, really helps. Yeah, these are Jackson pickups. Bellcat, no name. Bellcat on this one. That last bit of wax out of there. And figures. Ow, 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 ow. And this one's Bellcat. So 3 are Bellcat and 1's no name. Maybe I should go to the emergency room for this wax. Yeah, that's right, Billy. Let's do these two. Bye, Cheryl. Thank you for hanging out. Very much so. So these, okay, so I can put one more of these. Let's do this one. Yep, 125 more to go, guys. And somebody's going to get a free guitar from Billy Ray. In this channel, we actually give the guitars away. And also, I did agree to do a guitar for RJ for the giveaway, and he's shipping it, I think, either Monday or Tuesday. And I guess the viewers of his channel picked the pickups that are going in it. So he's sending it to me and said, here's the pickups, or these are the pickups they picked. And then he's like, then whatever else you want to do to it. So when it gets here, we'll open it up, take a look at it. Greasy, that would have to be $2 million for what I got in that thing. Man, there we go. Yeah, look at that, Peggy. Come on, heat up. You plug back in? Yeah, you're in. Yeah, that one would literally have to be $2 million to give away a $7,000 guitar. All right, now let's do this. Get all this wiped off. I may have to dip this one back in there. Yeah, I left the thing unplugged too much. Oh, wait, maybe I can just dig that out. That kind of dried in there. There we go. There we go. That'll work. And just wipe the tops off, guys. And that's why if you've never, with these kind, with the solid poles, you can't adjust them. But when you get the ones with the screws, you can adjust them up or down, each individual string, to kind of fine tune your tone. And I know it's kind of wrong to say if you never did it, don't do it. Because if you don't do it, then how are you going to learn to do it? So I know it's kind of like a catch-22. But if you've never done it and you want to try it, there's nothing wrong with that. But you may end up not getting what you expect, or what you think it's going to do. And but what my point is, once you start unscrewing these, even on the pickups that's in your guitar now, if you have Seymour's or DiMarzio's or anything like that, quality pickups, once you start unscrewing those or screwing them down more, you'll see wax come out of them. So these are done. These aren't. Wow, also, look at this. I just noticed this. There's the 3 Bellcat Jacksons. Look how thick they are compared to the Jackson that's not a Bellcat. About 2/3 as thick. Ogre, I'll probably be here, I apparently like to do long shows, as it's pretty evident. I may not be over here because I don't know how much longer this headset mic's going to hold up. But it's Saturday night. Yeah, look at that one. That's because the wax was too cold. So I'm not taking it off the copper wire. I'm just going to get it off the back of this tape. And that's why you want it to be the right temperature, guys. Right there. Perfect example. All right. Then just wipe them down. And you're ready to go. Actually, that one's still. Well, let me hit it real quick with this. Let's see if this is going to work. I got it worked. That was an experiment. I didn't know if it would, but it did. So, all right. So we still got 3 more in here, including these single coils. So I said I'll pretty much try anything. I will tell you this, and I said it then too, that I will never do another one of those freeway switches. That is the most asinine switch I've ever seen in my life. And then what we were asked to come up with, the switch company didn't even have that. Said it's not made for that. So we actually designed an entire schematic for it and got it working. And I know I said I wouldn't. I'm not talking about the other one. I said I wouldn't do that no more. I'm not talking about the little man. But as far as the other one, I'm not going to do a character assassination of him like apparently he did to me, thanks to you guys letting me know, and I do appreciate it. Like I said, I spent literally hours on the phone with 3 different people Friday, and then messages with others. And you know, I still didn't watch the show, and I'm not going to. I'm just going on by what everything I heard. And I'm not going to watch the show because I know I would probably get upset and then make matters worse. Because I am, believe it or not, I am hot-headed Italian. Plus, I don't want to add an extra view to the channel or to that show. But, so we did what he wanted. Problem is, he didn't know what he wanted. He had no idea. And we were on the phone with him during working on that switch. Or I was on the phone with him, I should say. And we took turns working on it because like I said, we had to actually do something the company that made it didn't even do. And then I heard that he said I broke the switch on purpose or something like that. uh, the switch part spinning around, and this is what I tried to explain to him when he called me like a raving lunatic screaming at me. Um, I've never, and I never messed with that switch before, never seen one before. I made that abundantly clear many times. So when it was spinning, I did not know that that was wrong. And in fact, one thing I looked at, they said, because it moves basically like a shifter with the, I didn't know the whole post was spinning. Okay, I thought it was just a knob. Um, he's like, yeah, it'll do that so you can move it around a lot easier and not twist and break stuff. Okay. So I didn't look into it any farther because I thought that, okay, that's how it was. And I said, I've never done this switch before. So I heard he picked on that. And then he said that I broke the switch. So apparently the post pushed in. It never did that when it left here. That I would have known was wrong. So it got shipped in a box, not in a case. So as far as I know, they could have threw it in a UPS truck and threw something on top of it. But I guess he blamed me for that too. And not only blamed me for it, but said I may have done it on purpose. And then I did argue back when he, on the phone, pretty much accused me of stealing his Seymour Duncan 59 neck pickup. And I even, as soon as he said that, it was the way he said it. And I said, okay, so I said, wait a minute, you're accusing me of stealing that? Well, they all have logos on them. This one don't. I said, no, they don't. Not the 59s. I said, you're accusing me of stealing. Oh, no, I'm not. So then I guess he admitted during the show that he was accusing me of that. So what's that say for your credibility there? That's a lie. But regardless, I ended up going to Reverb and found a couple brand new 59 neck 59s that did not have the logo on them, and I sent them to him and showed him that not all of them have it. But you would think, someone with his knowledge would know that. So I just wanted to clear a couple of things up. And yeah, that's it. The switch did not push in when it left here. So it either got broken transit, or when someone was fiddling around with it, screaming that it was unplayable, may have broken it. Well, I'm not talking about little men, but as far as the Livermore guy, everything he was apparently, what I was told, everything he was saying was pretty much what I told him he would have to check when it got there before anybody played it, which he never did. And when I say anything can be tightened, check it, that includes that kill switch. because again, they're plastic, so you can't really tighten them that bad anyhow. I found that out on Cece's guitar, and it cost me 20 shipping and all, 25 or $24, something like that, to learn that lesson. I mean, it's literally all plastic. The nut that goes over it is like a collar with two little U shapes cut in it, where you can put needle nose in a hole and try to turn. That's why it's designed that way. But you can't put hardly any pressure on it or it snapped off, and that's what happened. So had he had checked the truss rod, like I said, and found out that it needed a slight adjustment, that wouldn't have been an issue. Had they checked all the things that needed tightened, including that switch, the kill switch, that wouldn't have been an issue. The pickup, I don't understand that. I mean, I'll own that one, but I played it, T-Bone played it, and I think I even sent a video to him of T-Bone playing it, and that neck pickup wasn't hitting the strings. So I'll own that one. I don't know what happened, but I'll own it. But I did not intentionally break that guitar and try to invade his make-believe happy world time place. I would not do that, because I've always said, and here's a perfect example. I did, 4 guitars for those guys? And every one of them never had an issue, and they were all fine. But this one that was going to draw all the attention and didn't do what I told you to do anyhow to it, and then go out and try to do that like they did. Again, I'm not slinging mud, whatever. It was just uncalled for. And, I really thought out of the two, he was the better person. But I'm seeing that is not the case, because I saw a side of him a couple times that I just was shocked. This wasn't your love everybody get along personality. So it is what it is. I heard he's not giving the guitar away now. So that just falls right into the category that, hey, we're giving away guitars and don't do it to get subs. And they can get mad at me for saying that, but what have they given away? Like the song said, I don't care anymore. But after 2 years studying with a guy on how to build these guitars and literally take boards and make guitars out of them, and how many times have I said you'll never hear me say I'm the best or I know everything, because I don't. That would be a lie. But after 40 plus years, At least I'm not on here swapping pick guards around like a merry-go-round until they eventually end up back on the same guitar they started with. I'm actually trying to show you guys. And am I saying this is the only way to do it? No. You'll never hear me tell you guys that either. And I've always told you if I don't know it, I'll tell you, we'll figure it out together. So let them do what they did. I got accused of not wanting to take the high road. So it was okay for one of them to spew stuff about me, but it wasn't okay for me to say anything back. I was expected to take the high road. So I'll do that. I'll do that now. So from now on, you're not going to hear me talk about either one of those two guys starting right now. Okay, we got one. These all done? Yes, these are all done. I got one more to do. Wow, that is still. Should have let that in. I should have never shut that off, apparently. Oh, wait. Apparently I lied to you. I do have one more thing to say. Again, his brother's guitar that truly was unplayable for 30-some years and hanging on a wall, that they literally took a hammer and chisel to it to try to cut it out for a Floyd, and then had some kind of cheap full floating tremolo on it that wasn't full floating and no locking nut. The whole thing was a disaster. I redid that whole guitar, rerouted it, cleaned it up, and I was requested to fix it without making it look like it was fixed, or had ever been fixed. So I did that entire guitar, and got it to where it was extremely playable. I donated all the upgrades that I put in it, and it came back, and that guitar was absolutely fine. No complaints. Alex's was fine. No complaints. The Kramer Hollow Flash was fine. No complaints. But this one guitar, man, it had everybody's attention. That's the one I apparently don't know what I'm doing. So you can see the, shall we say, opportunist was used and taken. Okay, now that I made that clear, now I'm not talking no more about it. We are going to move onward, upward, forward. We're going to bust the door down on guitar repair channels. Set a new bar, raise the bar, and again, I want you guys involved, and I want other people who work on guitars also on as guests. Maybe I can show them something. Maybe they can show us something. We'll all learn together. That's how it's supposed to be. And that's what I'm trying to do. You know, Mr. Mick, you know, that Charvel was $1,500 if I screwed it up and had to replay it or buy another one. So, but I want other people who work on guitars, who even have their own channels. That's fine. What's his name up from Canada? Dave's World of Fun Stuff. I'd love to have him on here and talk to him about how he does stuff and why he does stuff. and show us some of the stuff he does, or maybe we can compare notes. Compare notes, with the people in the chat, you guys in the chat. Ask him why he does this or whatever, or tell him what you're doing. And then I'd like to have Dane on here, obviously, and even Philip McKnight. I want this channel to be that. And no Patreon, nothing to join. I think I just ruined my brush here. All free. All I ask for is if you have old parts, you want to donate them with that. And, I have had a chat with a chat member in here the other day. It sent me an email about, not having parts but wanting help. So I've done that. Like I said, at least I can't remember. It's 2 times for sure, maybe 3. And that's the only time that I've given my PayPal stuff out so they could do that. And I even offered to show the receipts from their money, so what it was spent on. So I will never sit here and say, hey, if you don't have parts, you want to donate money, then go. I'll never tell you to do that. If you want to do it, my email is right there. You guys let me know, and we'll work something out. But I will ask you guys for parts, and because this is what I do to them, so I can use them again. Make them better. That's my, this whole thing about doing YouTube for a living or trying to make extra income off of it. I mean, I understand there's a lot of guys that do it. Phil McKnight does it. That's fine. That's great if that's what you want to do. I have no desire to do that. All because my musical, where's my drink? I need a drink. All because my musical journey started broke, and I know what it's like. So I know how this helps people. And having to send parts back and then having other parts that were supposed to be shipped, talk about sabotaging, that's not hurting me. It's hurting the people who could have had the guitars fixed with those parts. So I guess it just shows the kind of character that some people have. I'll cut myself again. That's why my hands are a mess. I keep cutting and so all these are done. We're waiting on this last one here. Again, Garguts, here's your 2. Mad, there's yours. And the rest of these all go to other guitars. Does the metal one have a heaviness to it? Oh, are you talking about the switch? No. It's actually faster, Garguts. I have one in the blue Soloist. I have one in my Predator Blood V, and I have one in the Warrior. Here, I'll show you. You think about it, that arcade one is really sticking up in the air, right? So when you go to play it, hit it, you got to lift your finger up over it and tap like that, because it's literally, it's that high up off the body. Look at this one. Right there. That's all how it is. Plus this one's a LED. When I plug it in, it lights up. Come on. Figure I want the cord here, and it's wrapped around this other Peterson tuner. And the piece I need is the last one to come on. I don't know how it's going to look with this light on. Right. Here, let me shut this off. All right, so you'll see it here. I just plug the cord in. There it is. Unplug the cord, switch is off. Or not, the switch will still work, just the LED. So even if the battery dies, the LED, or the switch will still work even if the battery dies for the LED. So all you do, because it had a switch to go with it, which I had cut and put here, so you could flip the LED on, but as you was playing it, you'd knock the switch off. Or sometimes I'd go to hang it on the wall and walk away, and it would hit the switch. That's wax. It would hit the switch and turn on as I was leaving. I didn't know it, and the battery would be dead. So I took it back apart and rewired it, so all you got to do is plug it in. And there it is. It's on. So you don't have to raise your hand up that high, and it's right there. It's actually faster, and it's all metal. I got this. I got the same switch in the other two. It's just not LED. This is the only one that's LED. I think the other one got popular because of Eddie. And that's why people, I want that. That's what Eddie had. I want it. I want it. So it all depends on what you want. I'm just saying that the other one will break. It's plastic. It's all plastic, where that's all metal. There's maybe a 10. I don't know the current prices. Probably $10 to $15 difference in the price. But all right. That's just my opinion. Again, I did not crank down on that one. I had the first one for CC's guitar at all. Like because what I was doing was, as I got it tightened down pretty far, then I would grab the switch from the front and twist it. I didn't have the wires hooked up, so I was able to twist it. Then I'd tighten it down a little bit more, and right where I got it to where it stopped turning, I mean, if you grabbed it and went like that, it would turn. But if just to grab it and try to twist it wouldn't, I thought, well, I'll just do a little bit more. Less than a quarter inch, and it broke. It's a plastic nut on a plastic threaded shaft. How much pressure is it actually going to take? In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, the metal switches are so much better. But nobody really wants them because that's not what Edward used. All right, we're done. Are we done? We're done. Done with the wax potting. Got that unplugged. I ruined 2 rags. Got a bunch of pickups ready. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Madge is 16, and 17 and 18 are yours, Garguts. Yep. So these are all ready to go. And they all sound good. Now they're going to even sound better because you don't have that when you quit playing. And Dime was Mad, you'll appreciate this. Dime was a master because when he was using the solid state Randalls, squealing and noise like crazy. Okay. And that's just the fact of how they work. So he was a true master at the minute he was done making a sound with that guitar, hitting the volume knob down, which is why Gordy created the putting the soldering iron and making the knurls on it, or the out, so you can do it quicker. Unplugged, off. You mad? Somebody wanted this last night. I told him I'd look if I had one. I have it. I can go back and watch last night's show. So who knows? But if he's in here, or if you come in here later, hit me up with an email, please, and I will get that to you. No charge, because that was donated by somebody. Let me put the headphones back on. And that's basically all I'm trying to do, man, is just keep the music out there, keep people wanting to learn, have the ability to learn. Matt, you mean a cream or white? I don't have a cream and white. I don't have whites anymore. I had to ship them back to California. Let me see if I have cream. I don't have, I do, but I don't have the complete, they're all on a little bit of an angle. I don't have the thin one. Actually, 1, 2, 3 of them are for an arch top, like a Les Paul. Which one's not for an arch top? Ooh, maybe they all are. Arch. Yeah, they're all for, no, wait a minute. I got one that's not for an arch top, but it's the higher one for like a bridge, and it's on a little bit of an angle here. Let me switch cameras. So this is the only one that's flat, but it's the thicker one. And it's, one side's up, the back, in other words, the back out would be up a little higher in the front. But it's not carved, it's for a flat top. All the rest of them are for Les Paul style. So, you want this one? Oh, I can get that off there. If you want this one, I'll include it with the pickup. And again, like I said, if I have to go back to last night's show and watch it, I will. But they wanted a thin black one, and I have it. Okay. Are we good? Peace, serenity. I used to do the meditation thing. Garguts, what? Yours didn't have pickup ring. It's direct mounted to the body. Yeah, man, that's just, I told you I'm at the bottom of the barrel for parts for work on guitars. That's all the pickups I have left. But thanks to Torsen, I do have quite a few uh, Strat pick guards. I think there's two that are humbucker single single, and the rest are all three singles. But there's probably, I'm going to guess, 10 or maybe 11 or 12. So I'm good on the pick guards. But I mean, like everything else, I'm down to the bottom of the barrel. Why? Oh, I hit the fan. That's why it's not over here. That's why I said if somebody came in, if I got two guitars Monday to build for somebody or fix for somebody, I could do one. I could not do them both. And I haven't been this low on parts for a long time. Okay, there. Phone is over here. Hold on. Ooh. Yeah, I told him I will get both knees done. And I'm thinking probably the very first one's going to be sometime in June, then July for the next one, or August. But I will not, and I told them, I repeat, will not have another back surgery. I went through hell with this back and recovery. No, I'm not doing that again. I'll live with the pain. So, all right. Phone's here. Oh, that's why I wanted to bring it over here because it's about dead. Plug it in. So we got time, guys. I can sit here all night if you want to. Even though the algorithm says that's not what to do. I don't care anymore. Wait a minute. Let me find. Obviously, I can't play it because I did get a copyright claim or whatever you call them on the Femme Fatale song. Then I got some the day I did. I got 3 in one show and 1 in another. There it is. Just the pure aggression that he uses to sing this song is freaking fabulous. There you go. Beck, is it Beck, Beckley? Am I saying that right? I need new glasses. There are a number of pickup channels that I've seen on YouTube. Any chance at a collab? Sure. I am all for that. I'll do that pretty much for but here's the thing. they're going to get. Good night, Lewis, man. Thank you for hanging out. Um, they're going to get a real review. I'm not just going to say all this stuff is great just so I can get, one or two free. I mean, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's what it is. I went through that with the shooting when I was doing the pro shooting. People were sending me, companies were sending me a bunch of stuff, and like, and what I was doing is I would use it, film it, then write a review for it, and then I would show them the review, because if it was bad, there's always, nothing's going to ever be completely perfect all the time. So I know there's things made on Friday, right before quitting time, and first thing Monday that might not be the best quality or something's wrong. So I would always send them and say, hey, this is what happened. Is this just a one-time thing, or is this a problem? And they would send me another one. I would send the first one back. And then if the second one did it, I'd say, we're having the same thing. And then I got to the point where they're like, well, we'll just send you 5 or 6 of them and just go ahead and say. I said, no, I am not saying put this on your handgun for a competition when it doesn't do what you're saying it's doing. So I refuse just to say, oh, this is great, just so I can keep getting free stuff. No, I don't do that. You get an honest review. But I am upfront with everybody, who does that, or who's going to send something or do something, or use this. So I let them know that right from the get-go. Let's see, there was something else on YouTube. That's the link for the I Don't Care Anymore. I love that version of that song. And I would also, anybody has any connections with Stu Mac, or for that matter, Music Nomad, because you can ask anybody in here, or I use tools from both. I don't have all the tools. Got a lot, don't have them all. And if they want to work out some kind of deal where, maybe we'll give you some tools, you use them on the show, I'm fine with that too. So it'll help them out, help me out. It all works. What is the other song I was looking for? Dang it, I can't remember. David, yeah, if they want to, if you know anybody that's, like, I don't know, marketing or whatever, have them watch send them this way, let them look at the shows and see what I'm doing, and if they want to, supply a few tools that I don't have, that I will use on the show, and these are Stu Mac, and this is where you can get them. I got no problem doing that. What is that other song? And they're only like 2 hours from me. Oh, thanks, Dave. But yeah, it's but I have no problem. People make anything for a guitar. I try to do that with the guy that makes the Nut Buster, and I can't even get a reply. Which is, kind of a crappy way to run a business. But yeah. Well, I can't think what it was. But let me look here. Oh, I did. Marshall. Is Marshall in here? He went from 9s to standard to 11s, a full step, and everything is holding tune but the thickest string. It keeps going flat. Are you talking about a Floyd? Okay, what is your low E? What size? Dave. Yeah, well, I'll show you. Stu Mac. Official website. Oh, I want to look at, while we're here at Stu Mac, we're going to look at the cryo dipped frets. I want to read up on those because I heard they're supposed to be just as good as a stainless steel fret because obviously the nitro, liquid nitrogen, changes the molecular structure in them, but they're supposedly supposed to be cheaper than stainless. So we'll find out here. Wait, no, let me look. Fretting. And they got, well, that's loud. So, man, they got a lot of tools here. Turn my headphones down, too. Fret crimper. Let me share the screen. Hello. Share screen. And that's what it is right there. They're made like that, and they go in if they widen the tang out like that. If the slot in the fretboard is too wide to hold the frets down tight. Dang it. So what happens is when you get into some of these older, very older guitars or the very cheap guitars, when you go to change a fret, you'll find out that is extremely glued in place. And then that's obviously when you have to use the heat to get them out and the shim that goes underneath of it to keep from trying to keep as much chip out from the fretboard as possible. But you're in a situation where your new fret won't stay in there and you have to have something like this. So I've actually put them, you want to talk about something that takes a lot of time, I put them in the vise and just try with a punch and knock over, make it wider. But that's why I don't have them right there. But there's the best part right there, lifetime promise. Buy once, cry once. Oh, look at this. California Proposition 65, cancer and reproductive harm. So wait, now let's look up the let's go back. You still see? Okay. Let's find the cry. Let's do this. Fret wire. There it is. So, okay, wait, where's this? No. 1129 for stainless. Hold on. Wide highest. Oh, 52-foot pack, no. You have to go 3 of those. So that would be how much? Total $33. So let's go back to the cryo. I keep hearing a lot of stuff about this. You guys still, am I still sharing it? Okay. Last longer, play better without extra work. Tougher frets without the stress. Frets that last longer and play better without extra work. We just read that, or that I just read that. Oh, okay, here we go. It's a nickel material, you know, now just made durable. Yeah, see, that's what gets me right there. The cryo tests are less prone to wear, but they're easier to work with than when they say other materials, they mean stainless steel. Doesn't dull fret cutters as fast as stainless. Frets also hold their shape better when bending to a radius. Dress smoother and grab files less. The most important part, the frets play great. Lasts longer, plays better, save time between refrets, and enjoy better playing instrument. See, this sounds very well, medium. I was thinking Marshall's guitar from Hawaii, but he wants the highest, widest jumbos I can get. But this sounds intriguing to me. Oh, you have tried these, David? Cool. Yeah, I've wanted to try these because I read about them a while ago and have yet to order any. But they are hmm. So medium. That's all they come in, though. That's the sad part. So the stainless, he wants wide highest. Hmm. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you is, where's the, I swear to God, I hit 61 and just overnight. But when he had emailed me about that guitar in Hawaii, hold on, he sent me the initial order about, or initial questions about it. Okay, it says, I want to know if you would be interested in repairing my Paradise custom guitar. This company went out of business years ago. It has a Floyd Pro. That's mistake number one, Marshall. Pros are terrible. It has completely worn out. The frets are worn down to the fretboard in several places. Have 3,000 live playing time hours on it. Got a pure tone jack in it, but didn't fit, so it's kind of rigged up. And a couple other things are rigged up. But he wants stainless steel frets. The pick guard is lifting and some other stuff. This is my baby, and seriously, play it. I can ship it to you. What's your prices? I will pay for the parts. It would be great for your show. It's good that I left Little Man's show. He's kind of a, well, I can't say that either. Take your time. But I didn't notice this. He sent me, it's actually a video of him playing it. But I get to see what the guitar is. Remember, I told you I didn't know what it was. And this is it. Zoom in on the video. I'd never heard of Paradise. Oh, wait a minute, let me get rid of this. I had never heard of Paradise guitars. I don't know. I mean, I know nothing about them. But come on, there it is. So that's what's on its way from Hawaii. Kind of a neat looking guitar. Yeah, I like that. And then he sent me the other email with the tracking number and all that, and they should be here on. It should be here on the 21st. Plus, he gave me all the information. You know, he he knows where he wants the height of the strings, and says hard hitter and heavy pick. So, you know, obviously he can't come here from Hawaii to try it before he gets it back. So information like that is very, very valuable. But I think it's pretty cool. I really do. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Sorry about that noise. That's this back piece for the mic. It goes around your back, hitting the Trent. You know what? Let me take this off, and I'll just use the regular mic. So there you go, guys. Yeah, there you go. Why does that sound different now? Yeah, I need to plug this back in so it's ready for Monday. But since it is a Saturday night and got nothing else to do, we will go. No, this is still on full charge. Go as long as you guys want to go. How about that? Do I? Yes, I do, Derek. I do put them in every one of them. So there you go, guys. But whatever you guys want to do. You want to end the show? You want to keep going? You want to look up stuff on Reverb? You want to listen to the music again? Which, you know, I feel like you guys are getting bored with that. So let's look at Reverb. Okay. I want to say Becky, not Beckley. I got to get used to that. Oh, there's Model 2. My red one I had, I crushed. That's when I passed out from the heat. Fell over on it. Fell off the 4-foot or 5-foot stage and landed on the guitar. No, I don't want to look at that. I want to look. Go home. Here we go. Now what? Oh, David. I'm sorry. I love those sunbirds. Cool. Can I show these? Sunbirds. Sunburn. Okay. Oh, you put a 3-way switch in it too. Oh, okay. I see what you did. Kill switch and moved to a Les Paul 3-way type switch in the horn. Cool. Hold on. Wait a minute here. I keep doing that. I gotta go over here. Share screen. Add. And I gotta come back over here. Add it to the scene. Okay. But before I do that, Dave in the chat. That's his sunburn. How do I keep turning the phone? There you go. That's pretty cool. I love the sun. I love that body with the sandblasted and all that. I love that. And then He's also working on this one. That's pretty cool, man. He does good work. David does good work. Really does. A lot of you guys do. And that's great. I love that. See, this is what I want to show. I want to show what you guys do and have you guys get on here live with me and show what you're doing. Tell us how you're doing it. How you do it. That's what I want this channel to do. All right, now let's go back to this one. Hold on. Okay, we are at reverb. What are we looking for? I have decided I do want that for the green monster. I can't get into that JB4. So Beckley, what are we looking for? Oh, no pressure at all. Pick a guitar you like. An RR3. Use necks. Okay, we want Floyd ready or non-Floyd ready. Let's just put in use necks, see what comes up. Good night, Mad. Don't go away mad, Adder. It is the whammy bar thing, but it has to have a locking nut on the neck. Which means it will be it'll look like this. Right there. That locking nut. Right there. I don't know. I don't know, Miracle. Miracle. I'm looking at the. Excuse me. I don't know, Derek. I don't know if it is or not. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, when you have a full floating tremolo, you have to have a way to lock the strings in place so it stays in tune. So, all right. Get rid of this one. Uh-oh. Invader. Jazz neck. Oh, look at this. Kind of interesting. Pillow bolster for guitar bag use. I assume they mean gear bag or gig bag. God, I can't talk tonight. Yeah, free shipping. Let's look at it some more. Wow, that's actually a killer idea. Velcroed in. Wow. So you guys that haul around acoustic guitars, there you go. Reverb, free shipping, 1618. Look it up. Acoustic guitar neck, rest pillow, bolster for guitar bag use. I do have something. If I could ever uh, either actually talk to Floyd Rose, which that's the guy's name, actual Floyd Rose, or Adam, I have something that I actually modified that works and it has been working for 3 years, and no one makes one. Uh-oh, treble bleeds. Yeah, I don't haul around an acoustic to play anymore. So I have no use for that, but I know a lot of guys do. And for that price, I mean, that's only protecting guitar, and you're not like you're out a lot of money. That might be worth getting. Well, it's from China. Free shipping. Probably take you a month to get it. Hmm. There goes my mouse messing up again. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Yellow maple, $76. That's kind of neat. Sure, okay, make sure you guys can still. Oh, mad left right when that shows up. Look. How do I feel about the all parts necks? Expensive. A lot of all parts products are expensive. Um, they're good necks, but I've seen some for what, $500, $600. FU Tone makes necks now, and uh, I again, for me, it's a little bit different because I can reshape them if I don't like the shape of them. So I can kind of pretty much work with anything. And that might not be the answer you want to hear, but so it just depends. There's a lot of good neck companies out there, but man, they want crazy amounts for them. Okay, like right here, look here. So would you pay that much or more for an all parts or a Warmoth when you can buy the original USA one for less? So it just depends, you know. But if it's what you want, then go for it. Here we go. Rain, more rain, right? 50%. Yep. Plugged in. It is plugged. It is charging. Okay, we're good. See, like right here, Hot Rails pickup, $59. When I was before I had to was forced to retire medically, this I would go through like this. I would grab that. Any Seymour Duncan humbucker under $100, I would grab and just I built the parts up with that. Wow, MPN, look at that one. I know it's not a gem, but there you go. Jazzmaster Squire, body, neck, age tuners. There you go. Gotta make sure, yeah, make sure I'm showing the right page. Right there. I never liked that design. I see that design and I think should have surfboards on the top of my car. Wish I could zoom that in. Can't. Looks to be, well, I'm still going to say that's in the paint. Okay, here's what I was saying earlier. Like this kit right here, $157. That's for everything. So how dipped are those pickups going to be? And they're still making money off that price. So 1973 Maple Original, 3-bolt. Now you'd have to be a collector for that. Yeah, but this, I mean, this is how I started. I started out just buying parts on Reverb. And I would go through and pickups, or that's when you could buy the Floyd 1000s pretty cheap till they decided to start selling them. Then they went up $100 on here. All parts. Fender 275. Vintage 62 Fender. Music Master. $7.99 for the neck. So you know it just depends on how bad you want it and what you're willing to pay. Look at that, 642 for a scallop. Uh-oh. Black metal. Hold on. Now we're talking. I'd have to buff it out, though. Or spray clear on it. There we go again. Single pickup, full floating, one knob, 24 frets, even reverse headstock. I'd take that baby in a heartbeat. Neck through, yep. Oh, a couple chips. Excuse me. Yeah, that is my that's my style right there. Love them. Oh, this is the this one right here. This red. Come on, mouse. This red one. Where'd it go now? There it is. That was kind of what Michael B and I were talking about as far as painting his night swan. Originally, he wanted something with a rally stripe. I don't know if he wanted it in the middle or on the side or on an angle. We never got that far. Squire 12 string. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff on Reverb. A lot of it very, for some really nice prices, but you'll end up with seeing, I don't, like you'll see a listing and be like one like this, okay? Not necessarily that product, but you might see like just two screws, and it says they're old screws, and it says they're from a 1958 Strat, and they want $700 for two worn out screws, and people were buying them. I got a bunch of worn out screws out in the garage. I mean, how can you prove it's from that? Yep. See, I would have bought that under $100. Jazz neck, can't beat those. Because at one time, I think I probably had 25 Seymour Duncan pickups on the shelf, and they all went into guitars that people who needed them. Unknown set neck Stratocaster. Huh. I've never seen that before. Oh, okay. Well, they went for that 159, 157. Oh, you want a project guitar? There you go. Maryland. Here, I can actually, come on, open. I can actually make one of these. Oh, if it ever shows it. There. They make a Strat when it's in 4 pieces, and you put glue on it and snap it together. And then it's cut. It's made to have everything right on it. Clear that. Get rid of these. So let's do this. Hold on. Let's look up. Oh, God dang it, I can't see the type. I went just the body, not the guitar. Oh, there's one with a. That's probably a 1000. I keep seeing these chameleon. I want the actual purple one, not the chameleon that changes color. I can never find it. Model 4, Model 2. No, it's Model 1. There you go. There you go, Derek. Buy that one. Not only are you spending $30,000 for the guitar plus tax, but they also want you to spend $350 to ship it to you. So this must be, it's an 82. So this must be what Wayne did that upset Edward. Yeah, look at the tuner. Wow. 1716. Looks like it's been sitting for a while. Neck's been off quite a few times. Look. And they didn't back the threads out before they put it back in. They kept digging new threads, which will make those holes worthless. Hey, look at the tuner, the shape of the tuner heads. And Eddie fans, don't get mad at me, but that's the only paint job I liked that he had. Hmm. Listed 10 years ago. Holy crap. we'll go back to this. Oh, look at there, Dave. I love that purple. I love that purple. Oh, this is a custom shop. This is 5. Yeah, 43, 44. Must be a guitar show. Garage door open, people walking in. I love that color. And I love that yellow one right there, too. Be awesome if they both only had just the bridge pickup, though. There's a Barrows Gold Pro Mod San Dimas, which is, this style, more or less, that I love. It's such a good looking color. That's different. There's mine right there. I mean, one of mine. Yep. 88. Mine was an 87 red like this. And when I passed out from the heat, because we were on stage and they had the big par 60 lights, weren't LED. They were like a foot and a half from me. And I passed out and fell off the stage and landed on that guitar and broke it. Didn't just break the neck off, but it broke the wood like right around there. It had a Floyd on it. Model 1. All right, go back to here. Oh, that's not, well, yeah, there's a Jakey Lee. And I'm sorry, I hate that. Come on, mouse, dang it. I hate that color combo where they did it. So if you're playing the guitar, it's horizontal. Never cared for that. Uh-oh. Model 2. There they are. Yep. By Jackson Charvel. Then there were some that said by Charvel Jackson. Well, that was added on. They were never drilled through the back. What do you want for this? $9.99. 200. Where's it from? Tarzana, California. Where's that at, Greasy? Tarzana, California. I've heard of it before, but I've never, I don't know where it's from or where it's at. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's that purple again. I love that purple. There's model two. 350 shipping from all Spain. Well, that switch was added because they never had switches in them. It was knob, one pickup, and the Floyd. Well, their version of the Floyd. Which that's what that is. Come on. Can't zoom it in. Oh well. Yeah, I do not care for that. This one got the polka dots. Oh, Mr. Mick's not here again tonight. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mr. Mick, um, if you guys are interested in shirts, sweatshirt, hoodie, or hat, Mr. and Mrs. Mick got a store going for this channel. Link is in the description and on the homepage. And all four, the hats, the sweatshirt, the hoodie, the shirts, they are all pretty much cheaper than any other channel's shirts. I mean, cheaper price to buy, but you see great quality. I just don't like that color green. Yeah, see, you always see these chameleon colors. Now that, why would they put love the color but not with the cream color pickups? Chrome or black? Hey, Billy Ray, you here? Look at this. That's the art series. Okay. Well, and as much as I like these, I'll never own a pink one. Come on, mouse. I will never own the pink one. Sorry. Never. Yeah. Well, thanks to Greasy, I do have a set of pink stainless steel hardware Floyd Rose kit. Uh-oh, we got some scratches right there. That ain't nothing to fix. That's kind of neat how the wood here and then there and nothing here. I like that. uh, don't, please. Oh, I think the guitar is cool. I love that body. You know, the whole sandblasted grain. I just don't like the pink. Look at that beautiful ebony board. All three of mine. Now I ended up with the other one. Thank you, Billy Ray, and thank you, MPN. By the way, Billy Ray got his two guitars for it. So the third leg of the big, massive guitar trade-off is completed. Everybody's happy. And now I have three with those ebony fretboards and still not a maple one. So I am making an open trade for this exact neck for someone who has the exact thing but maple. They want a real, they're all three gorgeous dark ebonies. Scratches right there, no big problem. And here's the thing, guys, when you're buying a used guitar, very rarely are they perfect. So you have to expect something to happen to them. God, there's another penguin. There's another chameleon. See, they keep selling those. I like that these are called old yellers. I like these, but not that particular body. That one. Again, if you guys go to buy one of these type guitars or a crackle, make sure the photo that you see and want is the one you're getting, because there are no two alike. I mean, that's kind of neat right here. All that black area with but right here, I don't like that. And again, that's just my personal preference. I like both ends, but not the middle. Wow, they got that the fine tuners down to the bottom, don't they? Made in Korea. Yeah, Korea must make all those. Yeah, I like the back better than the front. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. That was a little different. Single pickup. Single knob. Lloyd Rose. $6,000. Crazy. Oh. You want me to show that, David? Wow, you guys are that far behind me on lag? Okay. This is eval. Evil. Oh, dang it. Hold on. I got to do this. From David. I said, David does. A lot of you guys do great work. Seriously. That's one. Blood and honey. There you go. Products from David. Very cool, man. All right, let's go back to this. Wow, for 175, that's not a bad body. Yep, very nice work, David. There's a Jakey. Okay. All right. I do not like this one either. We'll get that out of the way right away. You're welcome, man. But I said I want you guys on the show showing your stuff. Yep. We'll get this one right out of the way. I don't care, even if because of the pink, take the pink out, I still wouldn't get this one. Not for that price. I'd have to repaint the whole thing. That's just. What is this? 47. Oh, at least it's free shipping, though. That's always a plus. Not. And I don't like these. That was their first attempt at rainbow crackle. That one's too busy in the middle, but I like the big marks there. Look, loaded body. Get the pickups, the Floyd, everything but the neck. You can buy the guitar, the complete guitar, at that price or cheaper. Don't like that one either. Okay, this is that Stratosphere. Hold on, wait. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to their store because these are the guys. It's really weird because they have killer prices on some stuff and then just ridiculous prices on others. But they what they do is go out and buy whole guitars and strip them down completely and sell each individual part. You see this, right? Okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. Come on. It's kind of a neat case. That's actually not a bad price for that case. Kind of reminds me of an old V8 logo. Over here, Stratosphere. Get rid of this tab. Get rid of this one. So I mean, they sell tremolos. They everything. Okay, so here's a Wolfgang. Here's the body. They went $949 for the body, gold hardware, and look here. Here's the special neck, gold hardware. So you know those two went together, and they went $509 for the neck. That's what they do. Wow. That's pretty. Hold on, let me show you guys this. That's pretty wild, Dave. Kind of got a Zach Wild vibe going. An evil Zach Wild vibe. I like that. Cool. Like that a lot, man. All right, let me get back out of this. Go back to here. Yeah, so that's what this store does. So roughly $1,500 for that. Hold on, I gotta show you one more. When I first glanced at this, David, that's not what I thought. Just the first glance, that's not what I thought it was. First, I thought it was the Ouija board. Tennessee whiskey. There you go. Cool. I'm telling you, guy, you do good work. You really do. Now the phone's caught everywhere. Good job. Yeah, but they take every. Oh, that's a blue one. I like the blue one. But they take everything off. Like right there. Look, there's the neck plate. $149 for the neck plate. Now they have. Well, they did have the maple Charvel neck that I want, but they wanted like 359 or $389 for it, and I was like, no. I can almost for $100 more buy the whole guitar. There's that. Nope. Not what I thought it was. But these guys do post a lot of stuff. Vintage Fender Ventera 3 early 60s. And there's $69. On pickups, I found out on pickups you can make them an offer and they might take the offers. But they don't do that much offer, and they'll do it on tuners, but they won't do it on the high dollar stuff. Not very much or very often. Late 50s Stratocaster neck, tuners 50s, used, $479.99. Okay, let's do this. They have a lot of 80s Floyd Rose stuff. Oh God, they already got the new Origin, which means the neck's probably on here somewhere. Hmm. Hey, there you go. Somebody wants the circles. Loaded body, just add a neck. There's one. Everything but the neck. So there's Jakey's. Look, there's the body stripped down except for the Floyd. Well, no, that's sorry. That's get the humbucker. That's not Jake's. But look, 409 for the neck, 409 for that neck. Hey, Jim, looky there. EVH left-handed. $829 for that. Wow, $399 for a stripped down one. Maybe I should just typed in Floyd Rose parts. But these guys do sell a lot. I mean, there's nothing wasted on the guitar. They let it all go. Billy Ray, if you're still here, look at this one. There you go, David. Yeah. Floyd Rose, D Tuna, Jack. And well, again, that would have to be the Frankie style because there's your pick guard holes, which that would drive me nuts. And then that it was just single pickup, one knob, and didn't have all that in it. And yeah, but again, that's just me. $479 with the tremolo. $6.99, no neck. Man. All right, let me just type in Floyd Rose parts. See what that brings up. Well, okay. Okay, same thing. It took the parts off. Oh, that's there. Wow. Maybe they're out. They did have a lot of stuff. All right, here's Billy's. Here's Billy's. Come on, mouse. Dang it. Here is Billy's. He just built. I mean, he literally just did this week. Great job, man. I'm telling you, there's so many people out there with talent. Telling you. So many of you guys got talent, and you need to show it. Okay, so let's do this. Not in this store. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to home. There is. Do this. Need to move it. Come on. Flyod. Wow, that's a different take. Here's one from David. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Here's one from David, everybody. Apparently, we got another one. Hold on. Oh, the whole. Yeah, there we go. Hold on, man. Let me show these. What the? Oh, okay. That threw me off. The springs. I just glanced there and I thought, my God, those are monster springs. All right. Telling you, you guys are. Oh, wait. I got to get rid of that. get me ugly mug out of there. Ooh, what color kit? What color kit? What color kit? Blue. Red. There's red, that's blue. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Do this. No, not that. Clear that tab. Clear that one. And get that one. And what I just do? I screwed that up. Oh my god, I got rid of the wrong one. Try this again. Hold on, guys. There. Add the scene. There we go. Billy, did you sell the rainbow crackle? Derek, it just takes practice. Billy's, I don't know if he sold it or not yet, but Billy's got a rainbow crackle like mine hanging on the wall behind us. Yeah, the whole concept behind this Pro Tremolo, that crazy. Okay, here's Billy's Bumblebee Frankie. Oh, hold on. Hit the wrong button. There we go. I'm dead serious. You guys do great work. You really do. Okay, what we got there? There's an original 166. Wow. Yeah, see, I've never tried one of these. Never tried one of those yet. I'm wondering. No other photos. That truss rod cover slash nut. I'm wondering if that just goes behind the regular nut. Because there's the truss rod cover itself. It would screw through the bracket. So you got those two there would hold the nut down. But I don't think you could pull back on that. Or if you, well, I don't know. Hey, here's David's Bumblebee Frankie. Oh, hold on, I gotta switch back again. There's an idea, Billy. You and David need to move over by David and start your own Frankie Relic business. Just alter them a little bit so they can't say you're copying them. There you go. Because I don't they have a patent on that or something like that? Yeah, so you'd have to do it. Change it up a little bit. 1984. Titanium blocks for $43 for a set of 7. Hmm. Wow, that's actually not a bad price. $184 for that, or $284 for that. Come on, show it. Original Mac. Hmm. That's a freaking killer price. Because most of them are over $300 now, especially for the black ones. Because black ones always seem to and disappear first. Athens, yeah, they're like 2 hours from me, 2.5 hours. Made in Germany. That's a killer price for a made in Germany one. Brand new. Wow. There you go, guys, if you're looking for it. Mm-mm. Crazy. Excuse me. Oh, well. All right. Do this. Let's stop sharing that. Move from screen. We'll end this here shortly. So there we go. questions or anything like that? Anybody? Yeah, Derek. It just takes practice, man. That's all. You just get a so you just buy some cheap bodies and go ahead and paint them. All right, we're at 3 hours and almost 40 minutes. What will happen when you buff it is it'll become shiny. If you use a flat or a matte finish, it'll bring a shine out on it. And it wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it would feel smoother because you'd bring the shine, but you would still feel the lines. So what you'd have to do is block sand it first, then buff it, and then you're going to get more of a shine out, but it'd be a lot smoother. So I've seen people who've done that. They've done the light sanding, then buffed it out, got it all level, and then put another satin clear over it or a matte clear over top of it, and went with that way. Because as I was told, Edward never had glossy paint jobs. Well, the Bumblebee was when he first got it. So. Yeah, Derek talked to Dave and Billy Ray about the Bumblebees, or about the Frankies. I've only done the one, and that was for CC. And he didn't want to feel the 5150 decals. So I literally have a ton of clear on that guitar. So those are the two guys you need to talk to about that. I've only done one of those. So with that, if you guys want, I'll play one song and one song only. And then we're going to get out of here because I'm just having a hard time. I can't believe it's only 1 o'clock and I'm having a hard time staying awake. I'm telling you that whole weekend with 4 days on 10 hours sleep with Dave working on One Night Eternal. Gee, it's like, and I'm still trying to catch up from it. David wants to hear Ripper. Okay, we'll do one song. We'll play Jack the Ripper, and then that'll be it. Okay? I'm trying to, Jim. Really, I am. Oh, wait, I can do it over here. That's why I've been a lot of the doctors. So, all right, Jack the Ripper. MPN, good night, brother. Here we go. Sorry.
nightmare haunting London's ground.
That's cool, David. Thank you. All right, everybody. With that, we are going to, at 3 hours and 47 minutes, we are going to call it a night. And nothing tomorrow, nothing on Sunday. For all the ladies, enjoy Mother's Day. You know, I always remember the thing. It said Mother's Day. We got to take the guys out or take the moms out to a nice dinner and everything. But on Father's Day, the fathers are standing by the grill cooking. So. Who knows? All right, everybody. I will see you all Monday at 9 p.m. We'll do it 9 Monday. And we'll have something to work on. That I promise you. All right. With that, we will do the intro, outro. Thank you, Mr. Wood. Although I doubt we'll see him here. But the man did a good job. Night, man. Have a good night, everybody. Dr. John and Fever. Check it out.